The Chicago Bears had a very busy first day of free agency, making several key moves to strengthen their roster. They brought in 4 new players, which will impact their salary cap moving forward. Because of this, the Bears might not make any major signings unless they adjust some big contracts. However, they are also linked to one of the best fullbacks in the NFL over the last 9 seasons, who was recently released in a surprising move. General Manager Ryan Poles might still have a few tricks up his sleeve. Before we dive into the details, if you're happy with how the Bears' free agency has gone so far, be sure to hit that like button. The team has made some big moves to improve, and the 2025 season is shaping up to be exciting. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Now, let's take a closer look at the 4 players the Bears signed on day 1 of free agency. These signings bring in key defensive players and new starters for the team. One signing, in particular, surprised me. The Bears landed him on a great deal, especially when compared to Jonathan Allen's expensive new contract with the Minnesota Vikings. First up, the Bears re-signed safety and special teams player Tarvarius Moore to a 1-year extension. The 6'2", 200-pound defender returns after playing for the team last season. Next, they made a big move by signing center Drew Dalman to a 3-year deal worth $14 million per season, with $28 million guaranteed. That's a significant investment in solidifying the offensive line. Another addition is defensive end Dayo Odeyingbo, who joins from the Indianapolis Colts on a 3-year contract. Some fans weren't thrilled about this signing, but I'll explain why it could be a smart move. Finally, in a shocking turn of events, the Bears signed veteran defensive tackle Grady Jarrett just 3 hours after the Atlanta Falcons unexpectedly released him. Interestingly, Jarrett has made it clear that he's not a fan of the Green Bay Packers, which should make for some fun matchups ahead. Overall, I'm giving the Bears a solid B+ for these signings. They made strong moves, though some may argue that they overpaid for Odeyingbo. Many thought he would get $20 million a year, but the Bears secured him for $16 million, a reasonable deal considering his stats. The market for defensive players is clearly inflated right now, and teams need to reset expectations. But what do you think? Drop your own grade for the Bears' free agency in the comments. Now, let's break down these signings in more detail. Drew Dalman was one of the top centers in free agency, and the Bears were smart to grab him. The 6'3", 300-pound lineman is only 26 years old and allowed just 2 sacks, 1 quarterback hit, and 10 total pressures last season with the Atlanta Falcons. He also had a run-blocking grade of 79.8, ranking 5th in the NFL. One key stat that stands out is how effective Dalman was in opening up the middle for the running game. Last season, Falcons running back Bijan Robinson averaged nearly 5 yards per carry when running through the A-gap, thanks to Dalman's blocking. That's a huge advantage for the Bears, especially with a strong offensive line that now includes Joe Thuney and Jonah Jackson. Dalman has also been reliable since his rookie season in 2021. Although he played in just 1 game that year, he earned a solid PFF grade of 78.3, allowing no sacks, 1 quarterback hit, and 0 hurries. With his experience and skill, he'll be a key part of the Bears' offensive line for years to come. These moves show that the Bears are serious about improving the team. Free agency has been exciting so far, and there could still be more surprises ahead. Drew Dalman has steadily improved throughout his career, proving to be a valuable addition to the Bears' offensive line. In his first full season, he adjusted to the speed of the game, but still managed to avoid allowing a single sack while giving up only 4 quarterback hits. However, he did allow 27 hurries, which wasn't ideal. In 2022, despite playing behind an injury-riddled Atlanta offensive line, he appeared in 16 games and earned an impressive 82.3 PFF grade. That was the season when his run-blocking ability truly started to shine. He allowed just 2 sacks, 6 quarterback hits, and 29 hurries. Strong numbers for a center developing into one of the best in the league. This past season, Dalman was off to a fantastic start before an injury limited him to 8 games. Still, in that time, he posted a solid 78.8 PFF grade, allowing only 2 sacks, 1 quarterback hit, and 10 hurries. Overall, he is a massive upgrade for the Bears' offensive line, bringing stability and talent to a position that has struggled in recent years. Now, looking at the Bears' offensive line as a whole, things are shaping up nicely. At left tackle, Braxton Jones remains in place, though the Bears could add competition for that spot in the NFL draft, possibly with picks number 10 or 39. At left guard, they have Joe Thuney, a 4-time Super Bowl champion who has played with Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. His experience and leadership will be invaluable, not only for the offensive line, but also for rookie quarterback Caleb Williams. At center, Drew Dalman solidifies the middle of the line, an area where the Bears have struggled in recent years. For reference, Coleman Shelton, last year's center, has returned to the Los Angeles Rams. Moving to right guard, the Bears have Jonah Jackson, a Pro Bowler in 2021 under offensive coordinator Ben Johnson with the Detroit Lions. The hope is that he can return to that elite form in Chicago. Finally, at right tackle, Darnell Wright represents the future of the position, continuing to develop into a cornerstone player. This group is locked in and looks significantly better than what the Bears have had in past seasons. If you're excited about this new-look offensive line, drop a grade in the comments, A through F, and let me know what you think. Now, let's break down the Bears' newest defensive signing, Dayo Odeyingbo. The Chicago Bears have added a new defensive edge rusher to line up across from Montez Sweat, Dayo Odeyingbo. Standing at 6 feet 6 inches and 286 pounds, he's a big physical presence on the outside. His size is nearly identical to Cam Jordan of the New Orleans Saints, which is likely why Saints head coach Dennis Allen had interest in him. Odeyingbo posted a 66.1 PFF grade last season, with a 56.8 run defense grade and a 65.5 pass rush grade. He recorded 4 sacks, 13 quarterback hits, and a career-high 42 total pressures. While his sack numbers weren't off the charts, his ability to get to the quarterback was undeniable. In fact, he consistently improved each year with the Indianapolis Colts. Last season, despite finishing with just 4 sacks, he had a career high in pressures and quarterback hits. In 2022, he had 12 sacks and 29 pressures, showing his potential as a pass rusher. The year before that, in 2021, he recorded 6 sacks, 4 quarterback hits, and 25 pressures. Even as a rookie in 2021, despite playing only 10 games, he still managed 12 pressures. That kind of steady improvement is a great sign for the Bears' defense, and his presence should help take some pressure off Sweat. Another major addition for Chicago is veteran defensive tackle Grady Jarrett. This guy brings toughness and attitude. Just ask Green Bay Packers quarterback Jordan Love. During his time with the Falcons, Jarrett had some choice words for Love, proving he's not a fan of the Bears' division rival. Last season, Jarrett earned a 62.1 PFF grade while bouncing back from an injury-shortened 2023 campaign. He posted a 61.5 run defense grade, which is crucial for the Bears' defensive front, along with a 60.6 pass rush grade. He finished with 4 sacks, 9 quarterback hits, and 34 hurries, numbers that were close to his peak seasons in 2021 and 2022. Given that he played just 8 games in 2023 due to injury, his return to form last season is a promising sign. With the additions of Odeyingbo and Jarrett, the Bears' defensive line looks stronger than ever. These moves should help Chicago generate more pressure and control the line of scrimmage, key factors in making a deep playoff run. Ben Johnson and Dennis Allen made it clear they wanted to apply more pressure on opposing quarterbacks, and Grady Jarrett is a player who can do just that. Despite being on the shorter side for a defensive lineman at 6 feet tall and 305 pounds, he is relentless in getting into the backfield and disrupting plays. Over the 2021 and 2022 seasons, he recorded an impressive 81 total pressures. In 2024 alone, he added 34 more, showing he still has the ability to make an impact. With Jarrett now locked in for the next 3 seasons, Bears fans have plenty to be excited about. Alongside Jarrett, the Bears also brought back special teams contributor Tarvarius Moore. While his 58.4 PFF grade isn't outstanding, he was one of the team's better special teamers last season, making his return a solid move for depth and consistency. Now, let's talk money. Some might argue that Dayo Odeyingbo was slightly overpaid, signing for $16 million per year, just $3 million less than what Josh Sweat received from the Arizona Cardinals. However, Odeyingbo has significant upside, and Jarrett's impact may be even greater than expected. After day 1 of free agency, the Bears' salary cap situation is starting to tighten up. Before the first wave of signings, Chicago had $45.67 million in cap space, ranking 15th in the league. After signing their key additions, Tarvarius Moore, $1.45 million per year, Drew Dalman, $14 million per year, Dayo Odeyingbo, $16 million per year, Grady Jarrett, $13.5 million per year. That brings the total to $44.95 million, leaving the Bears with just $720,000 in available cap space. However, they still need to set aside over $11 million for rookie contracts. Right now, the team is technically $10.28 million in the red, which isn't an ideal spot to be in. To free up space, expect the Bears to restructure contracts, convert salaries into bonuses, and make other financial adjustments in the coming weeks. The front office will likely work to retain key players while ensuring they stay under the cap. In other Bears news, Chicago may be looking to add a new fullback. Shockingly, the San Francisco 49ers released Kyle Juszczyk on March 11th. Widely regarded as one of the best fullbacks in the NFL over the past decade, Juszczyk is a 9-time Pro Bowler and a former first-team All-Pro. Ben Johnson, the Bears' new offensive coordinator, is known to favor using fullbacks in his schemes. Last season, Juszczyk posted a 61.8 PFF grade with 200 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns, and an impressive 10.5 yards per catch. Over the past 4 seasons, he's accumulated nearly 1,000 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns, and more than 50 first downs, incredibly productive numbers for a fullback. If the Bears can make the finances work, Juszczyk would be a strong addition to their offense. What do you think? Should Chicago make a move for him? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. That wraps up this update for Just Another Year. Chicago Bears. Thanks for tuning in, and stay locked in for more Bears news and updates.